Hello, welcome back to Rena MoMoney Plus videos. I got a good one for you today. I'm your girl, Rena MoMoney, and today we're going to talk about what not to say to contractors. Yes, how to deal with contractors. So come on in. There's actually a lot you can say about contractors. There's some good and there's some bad. And I guess that's in everything. We actually, as investors, we need our contractors. We need our repairmen and we need our contractors. But we do want to avoid the bad contractors. And we do want to know what exactly to say to screen them out, what exactly to say to save money with our contractors. And I'm going to show you how. So you need to know how not to get screwed. Here are some things that you need not ever say in order to avoid being screwed. I'm making this video for beginners who are just about to start dealing with contractors. I post 2 to 3 times a week on investing, on stocks, on real estate, wholesaling, some tips and tools, some ways to save you money and also make you money. I've been in real estate since 2003, so I have a little experience on me. Contractors are definitely needed in your real estate, especially when you're starting to do rehab or if you have big projects on your rentals that you need to go in and do a complete rehab, a rehaul on a property. And I've done numerous amounts of rehab deals. I've done numerous amounts of subject twos and numerous amounts of wholesale deals. And I have numerous amounts of rental properties. So I'm pretty familiar with the contractors. And again, this is not to bash a contractor, but you want to make sure that you're getting a good contractor. But make sure you follow these rules in order to not get screwed. Rule number 1. Never tell the contractor your budget. Never say my budget is blank. And they will ask questions and try to find a way to get that number from you. That is not where you want to start. So never tell your contractor or the contractor you're interviewing your budget. The second rule is never say, do I get a discount if I pay all of it up front? Contractors do lie. Unfortunately, they do lie. And where they really get you at is in materials. They'll tell you a certain tub or something costs $169 and it really costs $69. Or they'll tell you something, it's usually double. And that's where they make more money by putting money on top. So one of the things you want to do is buy your own materials. Also, you want to have a schedule on your payments. You want to have a schedule on your payments because you want them to finish the job. Remember, we were saying you do not give all that money up front. You do not give a large deposit to your contractor. Well, because they will walk off or they will leave your site or your job or your project and go and complete another project. So you want to have payment schedules. And what I mean by that is have a actual document, have a form, and I have those forms too, where you can put down payment July 1st. Such and such, and you want to have a description on exactly what should be completed at that point. I usually set it up in 1/3, depending on how big the job is. If the job is really big, you may need to break it down into 4 payments or 5 payments or 6 payments. It just depends on how big the job is because you always want to be ahead. So make sure you schedule payments. The third rule is do not tell your contractor or the contractor that you're about to hire or the contractor you're interviewing that they're the only one. Don't think that you're making them feel good and say, okay, you're the only one. It's okay to let them know you're getting 3 estimates. Always get 3 estimates and never tell the contractor, never say that you're the only one. This 4th rule is key. I actually should have made it the first rule. Never, ever, ever tell the contractor, never say that you're not in a hurry. You don't want to say that. Even if you're not in a hurry, if you have 6 months on that project, or if you have 3 months on that project, or 1 month on that project, never ever say that you're not in a hurry. Make sure that you get a deadline. Although often you don't stick to the deadlines, and it's okay. Things happen. Sometimes it rains. Things do happen. Sometimes things happen. So you may not be able to be strict and stick to the deadline, but if you have that deadline in the contract, you have something to fall back on. Another reason to make sure that you say you're not in a hurry is because what'll happen is they'll take off early on Friday. They'll start doing whatever they want to do. They'll come to your project a week later. They'll lie to you and tell you all these things that came up. Another reason why you want to never say you're in a hurry and also have those deadlines in the contract, so that if they keep missing those deadlines and it starts to affect your pocket, really, you affect their pockets. So inside of your contract, you're actually going to put deadline dates. If not met by this point, X amount of percentage or X amount of dollars every 3 days or every 2 days or every day until X, whatever that project is. So if you have them doing a full rehab, especially if you have a full rehab and you want them to initial by that section of the contract where you're going to put in the timelines and the deadlines and have a dollar figure amount attached to it if they miss it. Make them accountable for it. The fifth thing you never want to say to a contractor is, you're the professional, I trust you, you go ahead and you choose the materials. I know it may seem like it's going to save you time, but it's going to hurt your pocket if you allow them to choose materials. So you need to educate yourself on prices, get familiar with how much, at least around about how much certain items cost. Start with Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever your hardware store is, and start kind of learning about prices. So learn about how much it costs for a sink, a light fixture. Learn how much it costs for a tub. Learn how much it costs for a piece of 2x4 plywood. Learn how much these things cost. Learn how much it costs for a cabinet set or a whole kitchen set, and countertops. It's different types of countertops, different grades of countertops. Learn that. You also want to specify what material to use and also specify the price, because there's a range in everything there is to purchase. For every item, there's a range, and you need to specify the range. Keep in mind, quality is good, but also it depends on if it's a rental, you're fixing it up to rent, or if you're fixing it up to sell, or the value of the home and how much value you're trying to put in that home. Okay, before I go to the next rule, I like to give my shout outs. You know, I like my shout outs because I appreciate every subscriber, I appreciate every comment, and I appreciate every like. So I want to give a shout out to Kinson. Thank you so much for subscribing. And Santana B. Thank you so much for coming aboard. Santana B and Kinson, thank you so much for subscribing. So if you want to be mentioned on my next Rena MoMoney Plus video, go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe now, because I randomly select subscribers to mention on my next Rena MoMoney video. Again, if I've given you any valuable information, or I've enlightened you, or gave you something to think about, or helped you out in something that's possibly could save you money, or these tips and tools you're going to put in place, please subscribe. That helps out my channel. One more thing on never letting your contractor choose your materials, I need to mention that they will definitely mark up the price. You're going to get markup in a lot of things that you purchase, or a lot of professions, but you need to be on it and know the roundabout. So contractors will mark up the price if you're not on it. The sixth rule, of the sixth thing, of the sixth phrase you do not want to say to your contractor is, I don't care who does the work, I just want it done. Don't say that. You need to make sure that the contractor is insured. You need to make sure that they're experienced, their subs are experienced, and anybody that's coming on your project or coming on your grounds are experienced and know what they're doing. You need to be safe of liability issues. So again, you want to make sure that that contractor gives you a copy of his insurance and his license. Actually, there are 6 critical documents that are used when you are dealing with a contractor. If you need those documents, look down in the description. There will be a link with the 6 critical documents that you need dealing with a contractor and doing a rehab job. So look down in the description below. If it's not on this video, it'll be on the next video. So make sure you watch out for that. Keep in mind, you should pay your contractor, and you should also pay your subs. You need to pay your subs separately, because here's one of my experiences. I had an electrician that came in and did the rewire of a house, and he was up under the umbrella of the contractor, because the contractor, of course, did the pulling of all the permits. But he was not paid by that contractor, and he came to me and he was like, well, Miss Rena, I need my money. And I was like, well, you need to get it through the contractor. All my dealings is with the contractor. He started threatening putting a lien on the property, which they can do a mechanical lien. They can put a lien on the property, because of course there's documents that's filled out and completed that you signed before the project and all that good stuff. So make sure you have these 6 critical documents. Make sure you take care of your subs and you pay them. One thing for sure, one thing for certain, even though you have a team, if you don't have a team, you will have a team, and you'll probably have a team by the time you started doing rehab. But one thing I want to make sure of, if you're already listening to this video, 9 times out of 10, you're already into rehabbing, or you're thinking about it seriously, or you're on that next step to start rehabbing. And rehabbing, again, is buying and flipping. You hear investors say flipping all the time. That's basically buying the house, fixing it up to get it ready for sale, going in and do a complete rehab, making everything new, rehab. So if you're already there, another thing about contractors, another tip I want to give you, you be in control of your money. You can have a bookkeeper doing everything else. You can have an assistant. I have an assistant. You can have a full team, but you be in control of your money, especially when you're talking about your bookkeeping. You need to know what's going on. If you do have a bookkeeper, you need to know what's going on. And you need to have limits to what that bookkeeper can pay and what that bookkeeper can do. Again, I ask you, if you're getting valuable information here, help out the channel, subscribe, like, turn on the bell so that you can get all the good stuff that I got for you. Before I mention that last rule of what not to say to contractors, I want to tell you to always stay to the end. Always keep in mind that when you come on this channel, when you come on Rena MoMoney Plus, you're always going to get valuable tips and tools. So make sure that you stay to the end. So if it seems as if this is a lot, or you need to learn a little more, or I haven't touched on something that you're working on right now and you need one-on-one coaching, schedule a coaching call with me. I have a 15-minute session and a 30-minute session. Look down in the description and you will find a link on Calendly.com/Rena MoMoney where you can schedule a coaching call, and I will be all ears and help you with your specific questions and answer them. I'm pretty knowledgeable in real estate, so I'm here for you. That last and final rule is never do a handshake deal. Never do a handshake deal. Put everything in writing and don't take shortcuts. I say don't take shortcuts because you don't want to regret it. All contractors are not bad. I do want to say that. You will go through 1 or 2 while you're doing real estate investing. You may go through 2 or 3 with the same project, but you will get through it. You will make money, because real estate, again, is massive. The massive opportunity for wealth, and you want to stick to it. Don't give up. Again, if you need me, I'm here. Rena MoMoney. Thank you for coming. Don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate you. Have a good day.